What up, everybody? It's your boy Jovi from Small Couch Reviews, and we're here for another unconventional review in the car, not on the small couch. Sitting in traffic on the way into DC, and I figured I'd talk about a pretty cool movie that I saw on Saturday called Dìdi. It's been getting rave reviews in the indie movie industry, and the wonderful people at Alamo always have, the space to put these films in the theater. So while my wife was watching Deadpool and Wolverine, I got to go see Dìdi since I already saw the film. And I'll tell you a little about what it's about. Dìdi is a Taiwanese American living in, it looks like California. I don't know exactly where it is, but I think it's California. And he is in the 8th grade going to high school. This movie is about just his summer before high school and like his interactions with friends, foes, and his family. He lives in a house with his grandmother, his dad's mom, I think, which is his mother, and his older sister that is going to college. So she is 4 years older than him. This is really funny because it really resonates with me. The closest sibling is 4 years older than me, so I vividly remember like when he was going to college and I felt like I was stuck at home. But it all starts with, he's a filmer. He films, and the era, YouTube was really started popping then. So, big shout outs to our platform that we use, YouTube, because it really captured that time frame. For me, I wasn't going into high school in 08. I was in my second year in college in 08. So I vividly remember doing a lot of YouTube. Treehouse DMV, shout out. The YouTube's still up. We don't really produce a lot of things anymore, but that was our thing. Like, YouTube was like, Dìdi was ahead of the time himself. This is loosely based on the director's life. I'll put the director's name somewhere here. And yeah, so the movie basically, I don't really have to spoil it. It's Dìdi being a young boy with an older sister, no father figure, and a really, really old school grandma that's like, little Taiwanese boys have to be strong, smart, and you're gonna be strong and smart like your dad, who's out here making money, and your mom's just here. It's very much so. It feels like she's like the traditional side. They are very Americanized, which I really love, because it's like, if you're here, you have your culture, but at the same time, you're Taiwanese American, so you are a part of the culture too. And the skate culture back in 08 was huge. And so he eventually gets into skating videos, but he has this core group of friends. They're all minority set. So you have most of his friends are all Asian. All from Asia. Like, their parents would be all from Asia, including some of the kids are wearing head wraps, or some of the kids are just one of the kids' name is Soup, and which is hilarious because we nicknamed one of our friends Soup because her house used to smell like soup, but her mom was German and she would make a lot of soup. And that was the thing. That's how he got his nickname, because his house smelled like soup. I don't know, these things, us over at Small Couch, we love representation, and growing up in a pretty heavy African population in our area, Sam's family's from Africa, and our best friends, the twins that live right next to their families from Africa, and their culture, their food that all has a distinct smell. Like, I remember that as a kid, and it's like, all right, cool, y'all are experiencing the director experienced the same thing, because he himself is also of a minority. his friends are, you know, they're trying to be cool, you know, like back then and in certain places in, you know, America, man, you grow up fast, and they're having pool parties, they're doing stuff, they're all online. This is when MySpace was still a thing. This is when Facebook first started getting popping. It's just like all this stuff, like you see people posting, you see him posting videos on YouTube from his like just like handheld camera. Like this is before smartphones. Like it's mind-blowing, just the amount of like nostalgic technology that's in this film. Very similar to the Jonah Hill skate film that I really enjoyed, because that was what was it, mid 90s. That like literally, like I remember everything from that film, and I remember everything from this film because I was alive and what the era was supposed to be. And it is a very, I want to say it's slow, but it's paced well. I don't really have any sours, to be completely honest. I really don't have any sours. I was engaged the entire film. I like the storyline. Maybe my sour could be I wanted them to dig a little bit more into his dad and why his dad was over in Taiwan working and not in America. You know, you get a little bit of like the resentment and how grandma feels like her son's perfect, and then then the mom's not doing anything, when in reality the mom is holding everything together. You know, she's raising 2 kids and taking care of this guy's mom. You know, like come on. But you get a little bit of her story too. She goes in, and I guess this could be a spoiler. Well, she's an artist. She's a painter, and she says, something really big happens, and they get getting a little argument, and he disappears and he comes back, and he's like, basically like, are you ashamed of me? And she's like, no. It's like, I love you guys. I love my kids. And it's like stuff like this, once you become a parent, hit a lot different. Because I know for a fact that I am hard on my son, but it's like this is all out of love. It's never this thing where it's like I dislike you. But for that culture, it's a scene where her friend is talking about her kid, and he's perfect, in standards, today's standards or that time standards, where he's taking pre-SATs in the 8th grade. He has a 4.0. He's doing this, he's doing that. And it's like, okay, that's all cool, but she's so dope. Like, the mom really is proud of her kid. She's like, well, he makes videos. Back then, that's not something that a mom would even understand. Like, you are a creative, but going back to the one I started with, the mom is a creative. The mom is a painter. And she mentions, like, maybe I would have became a famous painter if I never got with your dad and never had kids. Or maybe I came to America by myself, and I went to school, and I became this famous painter in New York City. Like, it's a reality. Like, this movie's not just about Dìdi. It's about just the whole family and like experiences where Dìdi exists because his mom and his sister and grandma take care of him, and he can succeed because of the things they've done. His sister's going to a decent school, but it's not good enough for her mom's friends. But that's an awesome thing. She's going to college. It doesn't matter. She's doing it. They have the brother-sister relationship you think it's not tight, but it really is, because they come through for each other in like basically the middle of the movie till she goes away to college. They really love each other, and I can only imagine how hard it is that to have another parent just not be there, and knowing that they're just not gonna be there. They act so well, and this young man, Dìdi, whoever the actor is, he does an amazing job of just really showing feelings, like invoking just like I feel Dìdi. I feel everything in Dìdi's soul. I feel everything in his sister's soul. I feel everything in his mom's soul. Now, grandma's grandma. You know, I'm like, all right, cool. Grandma's old. She's funny. She's sweet. And again, very traditional. But guys and gals, and everybody in between, I thoroughly suggest this. I don't know if I can score it like super, super, super high, but for an indie film and for it's pretty short for what it is, this is a solid 4 for me because I just enjoyed it. Now, is it because I'm a boy that grew up in that time frame and I understand, you know, him making connections and getting into skate culture, which I didn't get into too deep, but he starts filming, he starts using his talents, which I also did. I did photography and videography and film my friends skateboarding. So I don't know if I just really enjoyed this because it's like, this is a boy that would have technically been 4 years to 5 years younger than me in the time frame, but I really felt him. Like, the feeling of a young man going to high school is very, very different for everybody, but I think they found a way to make it real. So it's your boy Jovi from Small Couch Reviews. Thank you so much for listening to me ramble. But once again, when we're by ourselves, we do these very short reviews, and it's just cool. Thank you for being on the ride with us. Make sure that you subscribe. Subscribers have skyrocketed in the last few weeks. Thank you so much. And comment down below. Tell me if you saw Dìdi. Like, with it being an indie film, I know a lot of people haven't seen it. So I'll holler at you. Deuces.